got a new lawsuit going after Donald Trump and Elon Musk for their taking USAid and its $60 billion and throwing it and its thousands of workers into the trash can without congressional authority, without any authority at all, shuttering the agency almost overnight, as Elon Musk joked on his social media that he put USAid through a wood chipper. All statements that were then repeated to the judge in D.C. in a new lawsuit that's just been filed that I'm going to talk about here. Here's what the lawsuit says. You're on Legal AF with Michael Popok. Let me dive into it for you right now. The lawsuit, which I have right here, filed in the District of Columbia by the American Foreign Service Association and another labor union, the American Federation of Government Employees. Watch for labor unions representing federal workers and government workers to step to the fore here, filing these lawsuits. This is now lawsuit number 34. Here it says in the lawsuit that the humanitarian consequences of defendants' actions, that's Trump and all the people around him, including Musk, have already been catastrophic. USAid provides life-saving food, medicine, and support to hundreds of thousands of people across the world. Without agency partners to implement this mission, U.S.-led medical clinics, soup kitchens, refugee assistance programs, and countless other programs shuttered to an immediate halt. Creating a global humanitarian crisis, which is terrible, by the way, for our American brand of diplomacy and our American economy, because behind all aid is generally American jobs helping to supply it and American companies helping to supply it. But Donald Trump wanted to get rid of woke, whatever that means, and he threw out all of this humanitarian aid as a result. Now, this heartless act is also unconstitutional. It's a violation of separation of powers, as has been argued in this new filing, because it's not up to the executive branch to cut off aid that's already been allocated by the Congress. It's up to Congress to do it. So that is already a violation of separation of powers. That is in the first count of this particular complaint. It's also a violation of various statutes, the Take Care Clause under the Constitution, which has also been violated under Article 2 against all of the defendants, because they have to take care to enforce congressional actions through executive actions. It violates the Administrative Procedures Act, the APA, and that's against all parties too, and the rest. Now, it does not seek a temporary restraining order because the bad things already happened. So now they got to file a lawsuit for damage and for a permanent injunction with the judge of the District of Columbia. This has the hallmarks of another winning lawsuit, folks. This has the right people, democracy forward behind it. Unions have now stepped forward in a way they've never have before to fight Donald Trump in the battlefield of the courts. The District of Columbia is present, of course, as a court system, and we have joining together in the similar framework that I've talked about in the past for these successful lawsuits against the Trump administration, a violation of the Administrative Procedures Act and a violation of the Constitution. Donald Trump can't do that which Congress has not allowed him to do when it comes to aid that's already been allocated. And think about the heartlessness and think about the depravity of cutting off children, women, other disadvantaged people, underprivileged people around the world who were, and not even giving them time for transition. Even if you wanted to do it, you would do it normally through an administrative procedure process through Congress over 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, or a year, giving time for other aid organizations to find replacement funding. But no, Donald Trump just cuts it off. And the worst part about it is Elon Musk is already a tool of Russian propaganda. Elon Musk is a tool of Russian propaganda. Why? Because he's posted on his social media false misinformation and disinformation from foreign Russian operatives that he uses to act like it's truth. It's not truth, it's pravda. What they said was, $40 million worth of the money that USAid went to pay Hollywood actors. That's a lie. That's a lie. Or that lie that Donald Trump told, which also came from a Russia disinformation campaign about condoms in Gaza. Also a lie. Now, when you go to the USAID website, which is also about to be shuttered, it's all wiped clean of any of that, sanitized of any of that truth, when the USAID put up data to show it was false. That falseness has been taken off. The truth has been taken off, replaced by falseness. As Marco Rubio takes over, I don't know, a 50-person USAid as thousands have been fired. $60 billion a year goes to foreign countries. It is an arm of our diplomacy, or it was. It's a way for us to promote the American brand around the world while helping people as a result, as a side or as a byproduct. It also helps American business interest and American economic interest and puts jobs in America. It gives jobs in America and paychecks in America because a lot of this aid comes from American companies. But Donald Trump doesn't care about that. All Donald Trump cares about is acting like a tough guy, when people are suffering and a humanitarian crisis results. So I'm going to continue to follow this new lawsuit. Lawsuit number 35, if you're counting at home. We've got 8 temporary restraining orders already, 2 preliminary injunctions, 1 appeal to the Ninth Circuit, all for Donald Trump's major bulwark of his policies in the first day that he signed all on the 20th of January. Birthright citizenship, a freeze on federal funding, transgender in the military, transgender in prison, transgender people in prisons. And now we've got the severance packages being offered to fire people, resign or die, memos going out to government workers, and there'll be more. I'll cover it all right here on Legal AF and on the Midas Touch Network. Take a minute, hit the free subscribe button, and we'll continue to follow all of these lawsuits. It's averaging 2 a day. 2 a day every day of his administration, lawsuits filed, primarily half of them in the District of Columbia, but then around the country. And we're already hitting the appellate courts. Soon I'll be reporting on Supreme Court cases related to it. Come here to learn, to understand, to speak truth to each other before we speak truth to power on Legal AF, the YouTube channel. So until my next reporting, this is Michael Popok. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.